7 days to magnetic presence. Become unrecognizable in every room. If you've ever wondered why some people command attention the moment they walk into a space while others remain invisible despite their best efforts, you're about to discover the exact formula for undeniable magnetic presence. Is what nobody tells you. Magnetism isn't about being perfect, charming, or conventionally attractive. It's about being so authentically aligned with who you really are that your confidence becomes contagious and your energy becomes irresistible to the right people and opportunities. Over the next 7 days, you'll experience a transformation that goes far deeper than surface-level changes. You'll discover the specific techniques Napoleon Hill observed in the most successful people he studied. Individuals who didn't chase opportunities, but attracted them, who didn't demand respect, but commanded it naturally, and who didn't try to be impressive, but became impossible to ignore. This isn't about developing a fake persona or learning manipulative tricks. It's about unlocking the magnetic presence that's already within you, waiting to be unleashed through authentic alignment and strategic personal development. By the time you complete this 7-day journey, people will notice something fundamentally different about you. Even if they can't quite articulate what it is, you'll walk with more confidence, speak with greater intention, and carry yourself with the kind of presence that makes others want to be around you, learn from you, and support your vision. This is your blueprint for becoming genuinely unrecognizable, not by becoming someone else, but by becoming the most powerful, authentic version of who you already are. Day 1. Master your inner foundation. Authentic alignment creates magnetic energy. Your magnetic presence begins the moment you stop pretending to be someone you're not and start embracing who you truly are. Most people walk through life wearing masks, desperately trying to fit in or impress others. But this approach drains your energy and repels genuine opportunities. The wealthy understand something profound. Authenticity is magnetic because it's rare. When you align your values, actions, and words, you create an energy field that naturally attracts the right people and circumstances. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being real in a world full of facades. Napoleon Hill discovered that successful individuals possess what he called definiteness of purpose. They know exactly who they are and where they're going. This clarity becomes a beacon that guides their decisions and attracts like-minded people. To develop this foundation, conduct a brutal honesty session with yourself today. Write down 3 things: what you genuinely love about your current life, what desperately needs to change, and who you're becoming. Don't sugarcoat anything. For instance, instead of writing, "I'm confident," write, "I'm learning to speak up even when my voice shakes." This level of truth creates the clarity necessary for real transformation. But here's what most personal development gurus won't tell you. Your mind magnetizes whatever thoughts dominate your consciousness. Think scarcity, attract scarcity. Think success, attract success. Start programming your subconscious by writing 3 affirmations that feel slightly uncomfortable but possible. I naturally command respect through authentic confidence. I trust my instincts completely. I attract opportunities effortlessly. Read these daily with emotion, not just as words. Your brain will begin seeking evidence to support these new beliefs, and something extraordinary starts happening. Reality begins shifting to match your inner world. The question isn't whether this works, it's whether you're brave enough to discover who you really are beneath all those layers of conditioning. Day 2. Transform your physical presence. Body language that commands respect. Your body speaks volumes before you utter a single word. And here's a shocking truth most people ignore. Magnetic presence is 55% body language, 38% tone of voice, and only 7% actual words. Every successful person Napoleon Hill studied understood this principle instinctively. They didn't just think like winners, They moved like winners. Your posture, gestures, and movement patterns are constantly broadcasting messages about your confidence level, and people pick up on these signals unconsciously within the first 3 seconds of meeting you. The transformation starts with what scientists call power posing. Stand with feet hip-width apart, shoulders back, chin parallel to the floor, and imagine a string pulling you upward from the crown of your head. Hold this position for 2 minutes before important interactions. Research shows this simple practice increases testosterone by 20% and decreases stress hormones by 25%, literally changing your biochemistry to support courage and magnetism. But here's the advanced technique. Become comfortable with taking up space. Most people shrink themselves to avoid standing out, but magnetic individuals expand their presence without being aggressive. They speak slower, pause for effect, and maintain steady eye contact 70% of the time. Practice the magnetic walk. Starting today, move with intention, as if you own every room you enter. Keep your head up, make brief eye contact with people you pass, and resist the urge to check your phone constantly. Your smartphone addiction is killing your charisma because it signals that something else is more important than the present moment. Magnetic people are fully present, and presence is magnetic. When you walk with purpose and confidence, people notice, opportunities arise, and doors open. The way you carry yourself either invites respect or invites disrespect. There's no middle ground. Which message are you currently sending? Day 3. Develop emotional mastery. The inner game of influence. Magnetic presence isn't about being perfect or having all the answers. It's about remaining emotionally stable when everyone else is losing their composure. People are naturally drawn to individuals who can stay calm in chaos, respond rather than react, and make others feel emotionally safe. This emotional mastery is what separates leaders from followers, influencers from followers, and magnetic people from forgettable ones. When you master your emotions, you become a gravitational force that attracts trust, respect, and incredible opportunities. The secret lies in understanding what psychologists call the gap, that crucial space between stimulus and response, where choice lives. Most people react automatically to stress, criticism, or conflict, making them predictable and powerless. But magnetic individuals have trained themselves to pause, breathe, and choose their response consciously. Here's your daily practice. When someone triggers you, take 3 deep breaths and ask, what would the most grounded version of myself do right now? This builds emotional intelligence, which research proves is more predictive of success than IQ. Start viewing every challenging interaction as training for your emotional muscles. But here's the game changer most people miss. Magnetic people don't just manage their emotions, they elevate the emotional state of everyone around them. They walk into a room and somehow make others feel more confident, hopeful, and capable. This isn't manipulation, it's genuine care that becomes contagious. Practice becoming an emotional elevator by offering sincere compliments, asking thoughtful questions about others' goals, or simply listening without trying to fix everything. When people consistently feel better about themselves in your presence, they begin associating those positive feelings with you. This creates the kind of magnetism that builds lasting relationships and opens unexpected doors. The question is, when people leave a conversation with you, do they feel energized or drained? Day 4. Cultivate mental magnetism. Thoughts that attract success. Your mindset is the invisible force that either attracts or repels everything you desire. And most people are unconsciously broadcasting thoughts of limitation, fear, and scarcity 24/7. They wonder why they can't seem to attract the right opportunities or relationships, not realizing their mental atmosphere is pushing away the very things they claim to want. Napoleon Hill discovered that successful people think strategically about their thoughts, understanding that mental climate determines life outcomes. When you consciously choose thoughts that serve your vision, you begin attracting circumstances that align with your elevated confidence. Here's how to reprogram your mental magnetism immediately. Become aware of your default mental programming by monitoring your thoughts throughout the day. The average person thinks 60,000 thoughts daily, 95% of which are unconscious and 80% negative. Magnetic individuals interrupt these patterns by asking better questions. Instead of, "Why does this always happen to me?" they ask, "How can I use this to grow stronger?" This shifts you from victim consciousness to creator consciousness, what Hill called definiteness of purpose. Your brain will literally start seeking solutions instead of problems, opportunities instead of obstacles. The advanced strategy that multiplies results exponentially. Start thinking like the person you're becoming before you become them. Want to be confident and magnetic? Think confident, magnetic thoughts now. Write down 3 thoughts your future self would have regularly. I add tremendous value wherever I go. People are naturally drawn to my authentic energy. I handle any challenge with grace and wisdom. Think these thoughts throughout your day, especially during difficult moments. This creates what scientists call cognitive priming. Your brain starts noticing evidence supporting your new identity while filtering out contradictory information. Your external world begins reorganizing itself to match your internal blueprint. The transformation isn't magic, it's neuroscience in action. Are you ready to think like the magnetic person you're becoming? Day 5. Master magnetic communication. Words that inspire and influence. True magnetic presence isn't about being the loudest or most entertaining person in the room. It's about being the most intentional and genuinely interested. When you master magnetic communication, you can influence, inspire, and connect deeply through the power of your words, listening skills, and energetic presence. Most people talk to fill silence or hear themselves speak, but magnetic communicators talk to create connection, add value, and make others feel understood and important. This fundamental shift transforms ordinary conversations into memorable interactions people think about long after they're over. The foundation of magnetic communication is becoming genuinely interested in others rather than trying to be interesting yourself. This shift from self-focused to other-focused conversation creates instant rapport and makes people feel valued in our attention deficit world. Practice the 3-question method. First, ask an open-ended question about something important to them. What's exciting you most about your work right now? Second, ask a follow-up that shows you listened. What made you realize that was the right direction? Third, ask a future-focused question. Where do you see that leading you? This makes others feel heard and understood, which is magnetic because it's rare. Here's the secret separating good communicators from magnetic ones. Speak with precision and pause for impact. Magnetic people don't ramble, over-explain, or fill every silence nervously. They speak with clear intention, pause deliberately to let words land, and embrace silence because it creates space for deeper connection. Practice speaking 30% slower than feels natural, pausing 2 seconds before answering questions, and ending statements with confident periods instead of uncertain question marks in your voice. This communication confidence makes people lean in because they sense what you're saying matters. Remember, charisma isn't having all the answers. It's asking the right questions and creating space for meaningful dialogue. When you master this, art conversations become magnetic experiences that people crave. What would change in your relationships if every conversation left others feeling more inspired and understood? If you followed this 7-day blueprint, you've already begun experiencing what it feels like to operate from magnetic presence rather than desperate energy. The changes you've implemented aren't just temporary improvements, they're the foundation for a completely new way of being in the world. Your transformation isn't about impressing others or manipulating situations. It's about becoming so authentically confident and genuinely caring that opportunities and relationships are naturally drawn to you like iron filings to a magnet. The most important thing to remember is that magnetic presence isn't a destination you reach. It's a practice you embody every single day. The techniques you've learned will continue to compound and strengthen as you apply them consistently. Every conversation becomes an opportunity to practice your magnetism. Every challenge becomes a chance to demonstrate your emotional mastery, and every room you enter becomes a space where you can model what authentic confidence looks like for others who are still struggling with self-doubt and insecurity. If this 7-day journey has awakened something powerful within you, if you're ready to continue developing the kind of presence that transforms not just your own life, but the lives of everyone around you, then subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. We're building a community of individuals who understand that success isn't about what you achieve, it's about who you become in the process of achieving it. Your magnetic presence is waiting to be fully unleashed, and it starts with the choice to show up as your most authentic, confident, and caring self every single day. Are you ready to become unrecognizable?